You ever see something that just stops you in your tracks? Something that makes you go, wait, what is that? Well, that's exactly what we're looking at today. We've got this genuine puzzle floating up in the sky, and we are going to unpack this thing. Let's start peeling back the layers of this high-flying mystery, shall we?
Okay, first thing you notice? A total contradiction. This thing is massive. It's clearly flying, but where are the wings? It's just hanging there in the sky looking solid and heavy, but with absolutely no wings in sight. How does that even work?
So that's the big question, right? What is it? Is it some kind of new age blimp, a really weird plane, or something totally different? To figure this out, we're going to have to do a little detective work. Break it down piece by piece.
All right, let's start our investigation with the machine itself. We're going to look at its design, its nuts and bolts, and see what all those features can tell us about what it does, and maybe even who's behind it.
Okay, first clue. Just look at the shape. That giant, round, red body, it kind of screams blimp, right? Like it's filled with some lighter-than-air gas. But then you look closer, and the structure seems really rigid, and that cockpit looks straight off a plane. It's a hybrid. It's like it's borrowing the best ideas from a couple of different technologies to make something totally new. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the bottom. See those things? Those are not wheels for landing. No way. They look like massive, powerful fans. This tells us it can probably lift straight up and land straight down. You know, like a helicopter or one of those huge VTOL drones. It doesn't need a runway. It just lifts off.
So you've got this vertical lift system, but check out the back. There's a big old propeller back there. So the fans on the bottom get it off the ground, and this propeller at the tail gives it that forward push, driving it through the air. It's a really smart two-part system. And hey, this is no drone flying on its own. You can clearly see that big cockpit up front with all the windows, and there are more windows running down the side. That tells us one thing for sure: there are people inside. At least a crew. But with a thing this big, it could be carrying passengers, supplies, it could even be a mobile headquarters or something. So let's put it all together. What do we got? A huge wingless airship with this really cool dual system for lift and thrust, and it's definitely operated by a crew. Bottom line, this is one seriously sophisticated piece of technology.
But, you know, the tech is only half the story. If we really want to know who's flying this thing, we've got to look closer at one very specific detail. We need to crack the code of that symbol.
Right there, on the side, big and bold, is our #1 clue, a top hat. And that is not just some random design. That's an insignia. That's a signature. It's meant to tell the world exactly who's in charge here.
So what do you think of when you see a top hat? It's got a few different vibes, right? It can mean, old school wealth, high society, fancy parties. Or it can be more about showmanship, like a magician or a ringmaster. There's a certain flair, a style that comes with it.
So if we take that and apply it here, this logo starts to paint a picture of the owners. We're probably talking about a group with some serious money, and they're definitely organized. But more than that, they're not shy. They've got a flair for the dramatic. They want you to see that top hat and know it's them.
Okay, so we've looked at the machine, we've looked at the symbol. Now it's time to put it all together. What kind of a story does all this evidence tell us?
Let's just break it down. You see the evidence and you make the logical jump. That huge red body, that means it can carry a lot. Maybe it's for transport, or maybe it's command center. That super advanced propulsion, well, that tells you the owners are technologically sophisticated and probably rich. The top hat logo, that points to a formal, theatrical, maybe even a little bit of a show-off organization. And the bright red color? Come on, they are not trying to be stealthy.
So when you add all that up, the conclusion is pretty obvious. This thing isn't just a way to get from point A to point B. It's a statement piece. It's a flying billboard designed to be seen, to be recognized, and to send a message.
So our little investigation has given us a pretty solid idea of what this thing is. It's an incredible piece of tech designed to make a statement. But that leaves us with one last and maybe the most important question of all: the why.
So let's recap the profile we've built. We're looking at a group that is powerful, has a real taste for the theatrical, and is incredibly advanced technologically, and they use this amazing airship as their calling card. And that's as far as the visual evidence can take us. We've figured out what this machine is and what it represents, but the one thing the picture can't tell us is the mission. Who are these people behind the top hat, and what in the world are they planning to do with an airship like this? That, for now, is the real secret.